Good morning, guys, and happy Thursday. Tonight's homework is going to be all about variables, and remember, variables are they're unknown numbers represented by a symbol. So for the first part here, it says find the value of each of the variables below. So we have to figure out what is the variable equal to. Now, you'll see that the variable here is this x because we don't know what it is, but we're saying some number minus 32 and 75 hundredths equals 94. Now, one thing that we can use when we're trying to find the value of a missing number is we can use something called an inverse operation. So when we're using addition, we're thinking about subtraction. With multiplication, thinking about division. Those are inverse operations or opposite operations. So for this first one here, I'm thinking some number minus 32 and 75 hundredths equals 94. Well, I know that number that I'm starting with has to be the biggest number because I'm subtracting something away from it and ending up with 94. So I'm going to use the opposite operation here, which is going to be addition. And I'm going to add together 94 and 32 and 7500. And that's going to give me there my value of x. Now, for the second two, it's a little more complicated because we got to think of the operation that's being used. Remember when we have this fraction bar here, we're thinking about division. The inverse operation to division would be multiplication. So basically what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to multiply 8 and 4/10 by 18, and that's going to give me my missing number there. For the third one, we got to think about what 7x means. 7x is the same thing as equal to 7 times x. So basically, I know 7 times something is going to be equal to 380 and 1/10. Again, opposite operation. It's going to be division. So I'm going to take 380 and 1/10 divided by 7, and that should tell me the value of x there. So you just have to do that operation. And up here, remember we said 8 and 4/10 times 18, and that's going to give you the value of x. So we're thinking of an inverse operation in this case. All right, moving down, erase that. It says, write an open sentence or variable expression to match the phrases below. Now, the difference between an open sentence and a variable expression is a variable expression will not have an equal sign because we don't know what it's equal to. An open sentence will have an equal sign, and we will know what it's equal to, which means we can find the value of that variable. So, first one says, 18 less than a number is 32. All we're doing is writing a number sentence that uses a variable. So I see 18 less than something. That tells me that it must be that number minus 18. So I'm going to call that number x. I'm going to say x minus 18 equals is 32. And that's all I'm looking for there. You basically just have to write that number sentence that uses a variable. We'll do one more together. The second one says the product of, think about what operation that makes you think of. 14 and a number is 70. So 14 and a number. Product of means to multiply. So I'm going to multiply equals 70. So you're just going to go down through there and answer those second two questions as well. All right, let's go to our bottom here. Read our question. So it says, some fifth graders are making arguments that homework shouldn't exist, and Mr. Thompson is taking this a bit personally. Because of this, he has decided to increase the number of homework assignments by a very large number each week. Currently, there are 4 homework assignments per week. If the new number of homework assignments per week is 5,792, write 2 number sentences using a variable that would show how many homework assignments Mr. Thompson increased by per week. Now, all we know here is we know he originally used 4, and we know he, I see this, increase, and then down here I see increased by. When you're thinking increased by, you're thinking getting bigger. Well, how much did he increase by? I do not know, but what I do know is that when he increased by something, it gave a total of 5,792. That something is x, and that's one of my number sentences. He started with 4, he increased by some amount, and now he's at 5,792. Now, Using the idea of a fact family, it says write two number sentences. So I want you to be able to turn that around. Think of an inverse operation and how that would look with an inverse operation. Tonight's homework is all about variables. So really think about the idea of an unknown number represented by a variable. Really great job. See you guys later in class.